something about how I just got off a plane to come here. And so I'm a little bit tired tonight, but please bear with me. So Chris actually alluded a little bit to my topic tonight, which is cats. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit about how I became a crazy cat lady in Korea. So I really love animals, but I'm definitely more of a dog person. But I don't know, coming to Korea, there aren't very many pets, you know, unless you're like one of those animal rescue people. So I guess I just, you know,
around and talk to us sometimes.
Okay. All right, so yes, I really like animals, and you know, there just aren't very many opportunities to play with them when you're here in Korea. So what I would do to like satiate my need for furry things was dress up in a no, was to look at blogs, and you know, definitely there are way more cat fancying blogs versus dog fancying. So I started getting hooked on these blogs, like Maru, which is this Japanese cat, and he's just round and adorable, and he's a Scottish fold, and the best thing is that his owner, this Japanese dude, he writes in this adorable Jinglish, which is like Konglish, so Japanese, and so it's adorable and I love it, and I spend a lot of time at work doing that, don't tell my boss. And then there's another blog that I look at called ilove.cat, and my coworker told me about that one. So it's just like, you know, all these adorable pictures of cats, like all close up or doing funny things and videos and all that. So one day, in all my internet perusing during the workday, I came across an ad for one of those Korean coupon sites, you know, like those Groupon clones. So this one was for a cat cafe. And I was like, oh man, cat cafes, like I'd always heard about them. And for those of you who don't know, it's like where you go and basically pay to spend time with cats. And they originate, I think, in Japan, where lonely Japanese ladies mostly go to a cat cafe and pay to like, you know, $8 for like a drink of like coffee or something, and just pet cats to their heart's content. So I was like, oh man, I want to try this. But I was like, oh, is it worth it? So I suckered in one of my friends to go in with me. I was like, I can't go by myself. This is like a little too desperate and lonely for me to do, like to hang out with all these animals for a day. So one day, you know, we just decided we're going to go to the cat cafe, and we bought the deal. And I started thinking. So I looked up reviews of this particular cat cafe online, and I saw that some Korean people who had gone had written that the cats felt kind of aloof, like they would go up to them and try to take pictures and they'd run away, and other times, you know, you try to pet them and they would just kind of like hide in the corner and stuff. So I was like, no. If I'm going to pay to go to a cat cafe, I need to get some cat loving, you know? So I thought, you know, how are we going to make this happen? So my friend being a cat owner, I was like, oh man, she must have some catnip lying around the house. So I like created this whole plan in my head. I'm such a cheater. So I wore like a shirt dress that day that had pockets, and so it was kind of thin. So I put the catnip in my pockets, and I got all ready to go. And of course I did this before I walked into the cat cafe, because before you go in, they're very careful. They don't let you bring your bag in. You have to put it in a locker. You have to wear different shoes. You have to wash your hands. They really want to protect cats from foreign substances, which I was introducing. So I don't recommend doing this. It's probably not what you're supposed to do, but it was really fun. So we get in there, and almost instantly, all these cats just like start flocking to me, and it's like I'm like the Pied Piper of cats, and it was amazing. I was like just sitting there petting them, and they were adorable and so purry and fluffy and stuff, and eventually I noticed they're licking the catnip through the pockets. So I'm starting to get like a grass stain basically on my pockets. And I'm sure the like kid Korean dudes who are running this cafe were like, why is this girl so popular with these cats? Because I don't think they noticed the catnip, and I don't think they noticed the increasing grass stains on my pockets. So, you know, eventually all the cats get super high. They're just like rolling around on the ground, and then they start fighting with each other because they're like, no, I want to get to her. I want to lick the catnip pockets. And mayhem ensued. And so I had to go to the bathroom, and I like dumped it out in the toilet. And but it was hard to get out of the pockets because it's all like worked into the fabric at this point. So there's really no avoiding the cats at this point. So finally, I just go back out there again and deal with the cats. And at a certain point, I'm like sitting pressed up against the wall because I have to, keep the cats away from the pocket, or else they're just gonna keep going crazy. And like they were fighting, like there was like meow and like all that kind of stuff. So yes, I fulfilled my desire to get some cat loving and some almost like too much loving because it was like getting angry in there. But I never thought I would do anything like that, but coming to Asia and being animal starved makes you do crazy things. So I was like, how did I get here? And I thought, I had to think long and hard, and it was definitely like this animal deprivation that made me become a bit of a crazy cat lady. So there's my story. Thanks for listening, guys.